Welcome to this video on BJT structure and physics, part of our solid-state devices module. Today we'll explore how these fundamental components operate. While diodes can block or pass current, they are limited because they cannot amplify signals. For that, we need a different kind of structure. Enter the BJT, or Bipolar Junction Transistor. Unlike a two-layer diode, the BJT utilizes a three-layer configuration: the emitter, the base, and the collector. This exploded view shows the specific design. The collector is physically massive to dissipate heat, the base is very thin and lightly doped, and the emitter is heavily doped to supply carriers. A BJT contains two internal junctions. Because of this, when testing with an ohmmeter, it behaves like two back-to-back diodes. It's important to note that two separate diodes cannot amplify. It is the shared, thin base structure that enables true transistor action. To operate properly, we must bias the junctions correctly. Forward bias, the base emitter junction, and reverse bias, the base collector junction. In this configuration, the first step is for the emitter to push a high density of electrons into the base region. The base is kept very thin to minimize recombination. This allows the collector to sweep approximately 99% of the electrons across the junction. This creates the current relationship, where the emitter current equals the base current plus the collector current. This allows a small input current to control a much larger collector current. We quantify this performance using two parameters: alpha, which measures transport efficiency, and beta, which defines the current gain of the device. This table summarizes the differences between NPN and PNP types, including their majority carriers and the polarity of the required bias. When reading circuit diagrams, identify the emitter by the arrow. The rule is simple. The arrow always points toward the N-type material. The Ebers-Moll model provides a way to mathematically represent this, treating the BJT as a combination of a diode and a controlled current source. To summarize, the BJT uses three unequal layers, a thin base for transport, and uses a small input to control a massive output. Thanks for watching.